Babylon civilization, the land of saffron, Mesopotamia, the Bible. My journey to Mesopotamia started from the gates of Babylon, the cradle of human civilization, a place that had been here thousands of years before Christ. Walking on this land was like flying through history. The history you had to go through with a well-experienced guide. You go slowly and enjoy being here.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Nineveh.
Duhok. Yeah, Kish. Kish.
Yeah,
Yeah, by Sargon.
yeah, this lion. Yeah,
Yeah, the lion. We
yeah,
also.
yeah. Ah,
Like Labyrinth.
all right. Yes,
And I did to protect the palace. If they let me came from here,
yes.
it is difficult to find the way.
To the palace.
easy.
Right. Huh. So this is the original bit left.
This is original. Yeah.
When you read about it in archaeological books, you do not have the same feeling and same impression as being here, to see this grandeur of these palaces and walls that were built hundreds of years ago with fascinating skills, how to build things, how to use asphalt and how to use mortar or the bricks is really fascinating.
This is where the children of Israel were first displaced by Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon. This is the cradle of human civilization, the land of birth of Abraham, the capital of Sumerian state, and the treasure of the history, which is hiding many treasures inside of it. We got lots of historical narratives about this place. Historians have recorded this civilization from 7000 BC to 1000 BC, a place where we can find the roots of most religions and civilizations. Symbols have special place in this
They
land.
have taken damage.
Compare this one by heated by
Right.
So they say this is Babylonia,
Yes.
not heated.
Yeah.
And here is mean power of Babylon. This is enemy.
Yes.
Different story.
Yes.
What did you read about this one?
Subdued enemies. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Discovering
This
the
one,
historical
that's the
mysteries awakens a strange feeling inside of you. In order to survive that feeling, you need to travel and put yourself on the path of history.
This is Hollywood. They used to put a statue over there
Yes.
above the stage, like
Uh-huh.
nude women
Yes.
from different material,
Yeah.
precious stone, and they worship it.
Yes.
Time. One day I was a tour guide with someone from India. He told me the temple of his grandfather in India, like this one.
Huh.
And this is the well. Some of people from India and Pakistan, from Islamic, they used to visit this one, and they believe two angels, they came from down from the sky.
Yeah.
Okay? The name of those in Al-Quran Karim, Harut and Marut.
Yes.
They believe they are here.
This original wall of the temple is quite remarkable, made of clay, as Babylonians apparently believed that it comes to the Bible and Judeo-Christian tradition and Islamic tradition as well, that the first human being was made of clay, and therefore out of veneration and respect to the tradition, they would build this temple out of clay, and you can see it's blocks of clay that come together with asphalt to produce this magnificent building for worship, prayer, and dedication. I knew that it would be a fascinating place, but I could not possibly imagine how impressive it would have been. And I think something that I find absolutely fascinating, this road where prophets and figures from the Bible and the Quran and the Christian Jewish tradition walked as mere human beings is really breathtaking, absolutely marvelous.
This is a highway in Babylon, was in the same original. The history the same, 605, you see?
Yeah.
At the time Nebuchadnezzar,
Yeah.
it is paved by asphalt and bricks.
My guide in Babylon spoke of the first asphalt made by human hands. He spoke of the glitter and glamour of the kings, treasures of the places with unique monuments of culture and impressive ruins that have survived.
And all these buildings were built to glorify the builders. Now they are gone, both on this side of the river Euphrates, on another side of the river Euphrates. But something that remains is love and friendship. And this is something, a treasure which is to be, something to be treasured by all of us as human beings. People come and go, powers is handed over to other generation, but something that remains is love and compassion and fairness that is left behind us.
One of my companions on this trip was a Muslim scholar who was well versed in the Bible. Mr. Taghlavi offered me to go and visit Baratha Mosque. This place, according to some scholars, was the place where Mary, mother of Jesus, used to pray. According to some historical books, the mosque was built on this very place where Jesus was born. It means that we will move from this place where Abraham was born to Baratha Mosque in Baghdad. Sadly, this mosque was blown up by a suicide bomber in April 2006. According to some Shiite scholars, this is a place where Jesus prayed and a fountain sprang up from the earth for the sake of Mary. This is an unknown place in the northern land near Euphrates, where many prophets and imams used to worship God. An old man who was in charge of the mosque spoke broken English. He was apologizing that he had not spoken English for 17 years.
Ali ordered him
Yes.
after he be Muslim
Uh-huh.
to build a mosque in a place of the
The old church, yeah.
church.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay?
Yes.
They call it Baratha.
Baratha.
Baratha. Baratha, many means,
Yes.
many meaning.
Yes.
One of it is the red ground,
Yes.
ground
Yeah.
with softening.
Yes.
Or bar atha in the
Ah.
Syriani,
Yes.
in
Son
the
of Atta.
Syriani language.
Yes.
It is two words in
Yeah.
one word.
Yeah.
Bar
Atta.
atha.
Yeah.
Bar atha.
There was a stone in this mosque that is believed to be a place upon which Jesus was born. Imam Ali placed this stone on this spot and prayed himself on it.
The place who signed Ali alayhi salam
Yeah.
to dig it. Okay?
Yeah.
And when it opened,
Yes.
they finished the water up. He said, this water, this place, who drink Maryam alayhi
see.
salam. Maryam is a drink from this water.
Oh, I see.
We in our holy book Quran, they said, fashrabi, drink,
Yes.
order of God.
Yes.
اشربي وقري عينا.
Yeah.
be peace. ولا تجدنهم أقربهم مودة للذين آمنوا الذين قالوا إنا نصارى. You can't. This is all Quran.
Yes.
هاي الآية احفظها. This words of Quran said the Christian is very near to Muslims. And you will find them when you read the Quran, they will cry with tears.
Yes. Yes.
So the difference between we and you, little, very little, very little.
Yes. The old gentleman was well aware of the history of Christianity in Iraq. He also knew a lot about the relationship between divine religions in Mesopotamia. Well, this is a very special place for Muslims and Christians, and this is a place where our religious paths cross. And to see the stone, which is associated with the history of Imam Ali. We have to move to the largest and oldest Shia cemetery in the world. Along the way, Mr. Taghlawi spoke about the graves of the great prophets, Adam and Noah, Prophet Hud and Saleh, the prophets that are highly respected by the followers of Abrahamic religions. The cemetery covers an area of about 1,500 hectares. The statistics suggest that the 5 million people are buried here. The Wadi as-Salam cemetery had a history as old as history of the prophets. Here we are in the shrine of Prophet Hud and Prophet Salla, who are highly respected by the faithful. I see huge numbers of Muslims congregating around the graves of the prophets. And again, a question is raised in my mind. What are they really doing here? These people had caught my attention along the way.
And again, these two persons that are being venerated in this shrine are common for between Islam and Judeo-Christian tradition, which makes it very sacred and very, very special. And I think future belongs to these sort of places where convergence takes place, where we rediscover our common roots in our spiritual heritage.
Mr. Ali.
Arabs are world famous for their hospitality. I find this feature particularly prominent among Iraqis. When a tribal chief learned about our visit in Wadi as-Salam, he invited us for lunch. Once he realized that I was a Christian, he asked me what was bringing me to Iraq. He was kind enough to explain the philosophy of the entire event in a very simple language. A lot of people are coming every year to pay respect to someone who was killed 1400 years ago. This reminds me of Christian mourning for Christ on Good Friday. Shias and Christians have many commonalities in their holy books. For me, as an expert in history of religions, the simple language of the Sheikh was sweet and beautiful and kind, but not nearly enough. I had to hear more about common ground between Shias and Christians from a scholar, like someone who had spent his life in researching this topic. In the personal library of Sayyid Sami al-Badri, at his residence, I saw books that I had in my own library. I had been reading them since my childhood and had even translated some of them myself. It was rather surprising to see these books in the library of a famous Shia scholar. Here was the home of a Shia scholar with a great expertise and knowledge of Abrahamic scriptures and many other religions.
Aha. Right.
Many versions I have in
Yes.
this Bible.
Yes, yes.
Hebrew and Aramaic. Where do you live?
In Tbilisi, Georgia,
Georgia.
Gurjistan.
And Georgia, you are from this Georgia or you immigrate to Georgia?
No, my family has lived in Georgia for 300 years, but we do not know before that. But
And the old sources for your family, Christian or Jewish?
a Christian.
Christian?
Yeah, they're Christian.
This situation in Arba'in, this is a special one, only appear in the last 50 years. But in this huge amount, only in
Yeah,
14 years only.
yeah, recently.
This is after Saddam.
Yes.
And it appears as a new phenomena in the world. New phenomena.
It is.
You have a study about Imam Hussein in the Bible?
Yes, yes. We've got a wonderful scholar here who has been a great help to consult with the Bible about Imam Hussein
yeah.
and his martyrdom on the bank of the river Euphrates.
These days, being known as Arba'in in Shia tradition and history, people from 70 countries reach out to shrine of Hussein, son of Imam Ali. This was the answer to a question that had boggled my mind.
Now, يعني الآن الحمد لله العالم من زاوية from Protestant point of view, or from Islamic Sunni point of view, or from Islamic Shi'i point of view, they also met about this توقع, this expectation.
Yeah.
We expect not to
Yes.
give
Final, dogmatic.
only to expect,
Yeah.
to open our mind for the future. Only, that's all.
True.
So one of the interpretations, this new phenomena about Imam Hussein, is this one, to prepare the way of his coming, to prepare the Jesus and Al-Mahdi. We believe with second coming of Al-Mahdi.
But you also believe the second coming of Jesus.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
And he will appear before Al-Mahdi.
Hussein,
And the Jewish
the son of Imam Ali, was the third Imam of the Shias. We spoke about eschatological understanding among Christians. I was rather delighted to discover rich citations about eschatology by all Shia Imams. I had a rather good feeling. I was always looking for unity between religions. And today, at the home of Sayyid Sami, we literally forged the alliance for unity. The Torah, the Bible, the Psalms, the Quran have many apocalyptic passages about the return of Christ and the Son of Man and the establishment of global peace. The root of all divine religions do seem to be the same.
I think should be how we live between now and then, peacefully, supporting justice, fairness, love, and mutual respect.
This is very, very important for all of us.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Not
it is.
Christian only,
No, no.
not Muslim Sunni,
No.
not Muslim Shia, all of the follower of Abraham and the followers of religions.
Yes, indeed.
And
Indeed.
of course, all of human beings.
Indeed.
Does the land of Saffron contain answers to some questions asked by Christians, Muslims and others we have been wondering about? The Torah, the Bible, the Psalms and the Quran, all these books are holy and contain answers to all our questions. I came to Iraq to explore the cradle of civilization, but now I am going to a place being inspired by a powerful story called Karbala.
Welcome, 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 welcome.
See you again.
Inshallah, inshallah,
Inshallah,
inshallah.
According to Shia religious texts, this is a place where the rule of Son of Man will be established, here in Kufa Mosque. For Shia Muslims, this is the fourth most important mosque, after Masjid al-Haram, Masjid al-Nabi and Masjid al-Aqsa. This place has been visited by many divine prophets throughout the history.
And I think in this respect, both Kufa and Najaf and Karbala and these places are playing a very important role in the devotional and spiritual life of not only Shia community, but Islamic community and entire world. Because I believe that time should come when what is happening here should be shared with others, because it's a fascinating journey of faith, and also experience of being a part of humanity, which, unlike our daily life, is kind. Let me introduce some. There's a Georgian delegation here.
Really?
Yes, yes. These are all. These are all Georgians.
Georgia. Welcome. Welcome.
Salam, salam. Როგორ ახართ? როდის გაუდგებით გზასა? ქარბალასკენა.
გეგმები როგორ იქნება?
ჩვენი გეგმები არის ასეთი, რომ ერთი დღეა.
არა, დღეს არ იქნება. ორ სამ ადგილზე ერთ-ერთი თვითონ ისეილებ და რა ვიცი რაღაცა პირებენ.
Even though I'm a stranger in this country, I don't feel homesick, as I can see many Georgian compatriots who have also come here to be a part of this great event.
You are very tired.
Little bit tired.
I'm sorry.
No worries. No.
I'm sorry.
It's a joy to be with you today and friends here, and spend this. You share the moment of very special encounter.
I'm very happy this party.
Thank you.
Nous a regroupé l'imam Al-Hussein en fait.
Oui.
Pour ce qu'il a fait il y a
oui.
presque 14 ans.
Oui.
Voilà. Il a sacrifié sa vie, sa famille, ses enfants, ses amis pour sauver justement l'islam pur de son grand-père.
Oui,
c'est lui en fait qui nous a regroupés.
Iraqi people open the doors of their homes to welcome Arbaeen guests, regardless their nationality, religion or culture. Here everyone is welcome, poor and rich, educated or less educated, men or women or children. This tradition is deeply rooted among the followers of Imam Hussein.
In order to express what we are experiencing here is to speak about the family. Family gathering.
Tonight, my friends and I are going to visit the grave of a great man named Imam Ali. Pilgrims come here from all over the world to pay respect to the two martyrs. They start the pilgrimage at the grave of the father and go from there to the grave of the son, from Imam Ali to Imam Hussein. I'm entering this shrine here as a humble pilgrim, along with thousands of other pilgrims, to pay my respect to the great man.
This is a place where you particularly feel the need for Christians and Muslims to come together. There was time, some decades ago, when it was a luxury for Muslims and Christians to be together. But time has come when it is not luxury anymore, it is necessity, so that we work together for peace, reconciliation, and a better world. This is not alternative. This is a necessity for the benefit of the people of this planet and for the benefit of the generations to come.
It seems to me that Shias and Christians are not only sharing common heritage as far as Abrahamic tradition is concerned, but also have a lot of things in common when it comes to rituals, prayers, and spirituality. I was deeply moved when I was asked by a Muslim mother to pray for her little child. This makes to think that people of faith are deeply related to each other in their beliefs. My research trip to Mesopotamian civilization had a spiritual dimension. This is the way which led us to Hussein, the person who was killed by the river Euphrates. Every year, millions of people come to this land of saffron from around the world. Every year, more than 20 million people attend the pilgrimage to Karbala, where Imam Hussein is buried. They walk more than 80 kilometers in the wilderness to commemorate Hussein's resistance to injustice. I found myself in the crowd of thousands of people walking towards Karbala. The man whose 6-month-old thirsty child was martyred in his hands. They afflicted more than hundreds of wounds to the body of the father as well. They crushed his bones and finally beheaded him. They have also enslaved all of his family. That day is the day of the Lord God of hosts, a day of vengeance, to avenge himself on his foes. The sword shall devour and beset it, and drink its fill of their blood. For the Lord God of hosts holds a sacrifice in Sappern by the river of Euphrates.
Salla?
She's barefoots.
What?
Without shoes.
Ah, right. No shoes.
Why?
Why she's
She's not without shoes.
ليش نازع عنها؟
أحسن عندها شيء كربلاء مشي.
She say that's better for the walk to Karbala.
It's better.
It's better.
But other people have shoes.
No, everyone have a faith on
You think that's better? Good to you. Good to you. What is your name?
She's me.
رقية.
Ruqayya. Good to see you, Ruqayya. Where do you come from?
From Lebanon.
Lebanon. Ah. أهلا وسهلا. رؤية. Let's go down. Well, we have just started the journey to Karbala. This is exciting to be among this large crowd of people. They're starting walking early morning. Among these people, you can see young and old, people of different races, and you can also see that majority of people participating in this the walk are women, and I have been told this is only 20% that are 20-30% that are men, which means that it is appealing to a large crowd of people from all sorts of places, from different countries of the world, and therefore this should be seen as a healing experience for thousands of people, those who are seeking for physical healing, spiritual healing, and also elevation of injustice they have experienced in their lives.
حبيبي تاجر أسي يلا بسرعة اوقف طقها وطق هذا معايا مسك معايا تقول لك ستة
خليك عندنا.
Sit, no, he's gonna sit too.
Tuareg is one of the biggest tribe of Iraq, near to Karbala. Near to Karbala, and we have a gate in Karbala by the name of Gate of Tuareg, because of the side of the Tuareg. After the martyrdom of Imam Hussein, every year, the biggest march and the biggest let me
from the gate.
From Tuareg. It's in Ashura, in the day of Ashura, about 4 hours. 4 hours the people come from Haram, from shrine of Imam Hussein, بين الهرمين, and go out from Haram Imam Abbas.
فقط صدام يقول ممنوع مشي الإمام الحسين، مشي على ممنوع.
عدمت أو سجلت
إعدام، سجن، إذا ما إجا هو يأخذون عائلته سجنوه. ممنوع يمشي الإمام الحسين.
You now go to the jail.
Hosting 20 million pilgrims within a period of a few days is just like a miracle. The hosting entails the distribution of 400 million food portions during the largest annual pilgrimage in the world. Different Iraqi tribes and even other nationalities are responsible for hosting this magnificent event along this road. I wanted to be a part of this event, and I became a host on behalf of Imam Hussein to the pilgrims upon my own request.
Here you are. Oops. Here you are. Sure.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Here you are. Yeah. Here you are.
4 words: Babylon, Euphrates, thirst, beheaded, are those ones that makes together Ashura, the event that was spoken of in some sacred books, the slaughter that was mentioned in the Quran. Tomorrow I am going to enter a land called Karbala. tradition of people who love Hussein is to love others without condition and without boundaries. As the Shia people say, the gate of heaven is here, Karbala.